everybody, it's Brianna. This week, I know it's been a few weeks since I've done a video. Life got really crazy, the way that it's known to do. I'm sure all of you can relate, so I'm sorry for the delay in getting another video done, but I hit my 90 pounds this week, and I'm at 91 pounds even, and I'm really excited because I'm less than 10 pounds to goals, so things are going really, really awesome. But I wanted to talk this week about fighting. That's right, we're talking Rocky kind of fighting. The reason I had to put a theme song in. The reason I want to talk about fighting is because I think a lot of the times people think that as you get closer to goal that it gets a little bit easier. And I think the program itself gets easier. You know, the essential part of doing your 5 meals a day, doing your lean and green. I think that part is easy. The program's very simple. That's one of the reasons why I love it. But the fight, it doesn't end. You know, I've lost 91 pounds and I'm still fighting. Every single time that I go out and I work out, or I go for a run, or I take my son for, you know, a jog in the stroller or a walk around the block, I feel like I'm fighting for that next pound because this isn't easy. Losing weight is not easy. I think the program is easy. I think the concept is easy, you know. Taking care of yourself sounds super easy, but in the context of our super complicated lives, and we're overbooked and overscheduled and overconnected and over Facebook and over YouTubed possibly, we just lose ourselves in that and we forget to fight for what's really important. So I know a lot of the people on our wonderful Facebook group, you know, they feel like they're struggling, and my advice this week, and I mean, it's really also a note to myself, is what to do when you need to fight. Some of the things that you might be fighting, one of them is you might be fighting the program and trying to figure out how to kind of go overboard within the program, or work, you know, you're working against the program instead of letting the program work for you. Another thing that I think that we fight is we fight the scale, and we fight measuring, and we do that by creating these battles of daily weighing and not accepting that our bodies fluctuate, and that happens to the best, 100% on plan, measuring, timing your meals, watching your condiments, doing everything you're supposed to do, and you want to know why the scale went up yesterday. Well, sometimes it just happens. I mean, that's your body, that's life, that's sodium, that's, you know, you didn't drink enough water, or you traveled, or, you know, for me, I commute to go to graduate school, and often my weight losses don't really kick in for the week until towards the end of the week, like right before my weigh-in day. Or, for example, this week, I didn't lose weight all week until the day of my weigh-in, and that's just the way it goes. And as somebody that has weighed almost daily the entire time throughout my weight loss journey, I think daily weighing is a love-hate relationship. You love when the scale goes down unexpectedly, but at the same time, you have to know and be cognizant of those fluctuations. Those are totally normal. It happens to me. It will probably happen to you. So I think sometimes we just fight against that, and on another aspect of this is that sometimes the scale moves slower, but your inches are changing, and your body shape is changing, and your body composition is changing. And I think really in the end, my own goal has been transformed to a size rather than a number on the scale. The numbers on the scale, they're fantastic, don't get me wrong. I really wanted to see that 90 pounds. But, I mean, am I happier about hitting a size 8? Like, I mean, I guess I'd rather be a size 8 than a size or, seeing a certain number. So, and I think the other thing that comes to mind, and I think the most important thing, is we're really, in the end, we're just fighting ourselves. We're fighting that part of us that says, you've really failed at a lot of things before. And this just might be one of them. And we tend to let that voice take over, and we talk ourselves into going off plan, or we talk ourselves into just not believing that we can do it. And, even this far along, I still have to, I'm still fighting for it. I'm still fighting myself almost every day from going back to old habits. On, this past weekend, my son was sick and he had a fever and he was tired and cranky, and I mean, he's much better now, so I can kind of say this, but he was tired and cranky and just, I was exhausted and worn out and run down and tired and cranky. And Saturday, I didn't want to do a damn thing. I didn't want to do a thing. I just wanted to unplug and disconnect and just wallow for a bit. But I recognize that behavior is something that I used to do, and I used to sit down with a bowl of something that wasn't healthy and just kind of chomp away into the night. And so I knew that even though I didn't feel like it, I had to get dressed to go for a run. And I did, and I felt a lot better after. Don't stop fighting. Don't stop fighting for that next goal of yours, because it's possible. Keep fighting, and I'm going to fight for every last pound until I'm healthy. So I want you guys to know that, it's okay to kind of have that battle and to address that battle. This is hard work, and it takes a lot of digging deep and figuring out how we got to where we got, And for me, I'm an emotional eater. I don't depend on food for comfort anymore, so part of the reason why you probably feel super stressed out and super angry and, just like, why am I having such a hard time dealing with all this stuff? It's because your comfort blankie is not there anymore. You're not using food in an unhealthy way anymore, so now you're forced to deal with the emotions that you normally would have just sat down and eaten. So a very wise coach, who happens to be my coach, once said, sometimes you just gotta get angry. You have to get angry and use that anger. I want to take that a step further and tell you that I think that it's time to take that anger and funnel it and really fight. You have to fight for what you want. And I'm sure there's a lot of things that you can think of in your life that you've accomplished that required some fighting for, When I got my degree, it took me a long time, off and on, going to school and working and everything, but I finally finished my bachelor's degree, and now I'm fighting to finish my master's. And every time that I get in the car and I drive 2 hours and I go to school for, over 12 hours and drive back home 2 hours, I mean, I'm fighting for that degree. I fought for that degree, but just because other people don't fight for it and other people aren't successful doesn't mean that I won't be successful. So weight loss shouldn't be any different. It doesn't mean that because other people have failed that you're going to fail. And it doesn't mean that just because you've failed in the past, it doesn't mean that you can't be successful now. But you have to put on your fighting gloves. So what are you fighting for this week? What do you really, really want? And what is it worth to you? Time to put on your boxing gloves. $90, 91 pounds. I'll see you later.